Hey guys, welcome to Farming Simulator 19 on Oakfield Farm. So, we have some harvesting to do today as I am putting my phone on silent because I've got a feeling it's probably going to go off at some point in this video. And I am also going to pull up the comments as I haven't been reading well lately and I think a lot of you kind of enjoyed me doing that. So, we are doing some harvesting, now we're on our way. Early morning, completely realistic, with all the dew on the ground to completely bog up the combine harvesting. Yes. So we'll get that on its way. I think I started on the headland, but really, probably just going to rock course play. Or possibly do it ourselves, I don't know. Don't know yet. So this version of Oakfield is the same that you guys have. Actually, something I do want to do, which does make a massive difference in the damn game. Two things. That, so I can switch off the HUD to grab a photo what needs be. And this. Which switches off the damn blur, the depth of field effect. I really wish they put a way of switching that off in the settings. That's ridiculous. You actually get quite the frame increase to be able by switching that off. There's a post-processing effect, I think it is. The way Oxygen David explained it to me. And he knows his stuff when it comes to optimizations on maps. Oxy genuinely knows his stuff with that. He really does. So at some point as well, we'll be doing corn for silage. Now, we're probably going to do this field. Yes, I will probably plant it entirely in corn, but I will probably only do half of it as silage. So we'll have two machines up here effectively. I'll go around the outside of the combine to form a headland, and then literally until I get up until those trees, then I will do it for silage. Actually saying that, where I want to cut it, it'll have to be green still, so that's the plan at least, is what I want to do. Now, the sprayer. I think we have figured out what's going on with courseplay and the sprayer. It seems like when it's on the headlands, four-wheel steer works absolutely fine, but as soon as it goes to do the up-down rows, it switches off the four-wheel steer and just goes with front-wheel steer. Now, I think it was Cuz that said he wonders if, or they, I don't know if it's a he or a she, but they said they wonder if it will work like that with the JCB if you had a trailed sprayer on the back end, or even actually a fully mounted one, which is interesting. That does have that potential to do that. Also, I think it was the same person, I forget, which also told me about the spray usage mod, which has variable rates for spraying, but it also does solid fertilizer and stuff that's spread. I didn't know about this, that it did that. I thought it was just for sprayers. So we've got that in, meaning that you won't have to go back and forth and fill up so often. Let's be honest, you're probably not going to rinse through 3,000 litres of fertilizer in one field. You just spray it out, you water it down sort of thing. I think most of the time a huge chunk of what's being sprayed out of sprayers is actually water. You put too much chemical down, well, one, it gets extremely expensive, and two, you'll probably kill stuff. Just don't work like that. Same with the lime, it does put it down at a heavier rate, but again, the game is gameplay value. Modders do a lot to make it more realistic, Giants do it for gameplay reasons. Took me a long time to get that in my head. I was one of these people. I've lowered Bixby so it doesn't come off, and now it's still blipping up. Bixby needs to go do one. If you want to know what Bixby is the assistant on Samsung phones. Good lord. Okay, as I was saying. It took me a long time to realise Giants, the way they do stuff is for gameplay reasons. They're building a game first and foremost, not a simulator, to be brutally honest with you. The days are gone where you get companies like Microsoft building Microsoft Flight Simulator, which people literally train to become private pilots on for aircraft. Those days, they're just gone. There's not many true companies that are building true simulators nowadays. There's a handful, but not many. A lot of people do it for gameplay reasons and building a game first and foremost. So, when Farm Sim got into the public eye big time, you know, you saw the sway. Bixby, will you go do one? Lord. You saw the movement of game companies adding simulator at the end of anything. And it's interesting when you look back at it. Like, a lot of you, I don't know how old the demographic really truly is that watches my YouTube channel, but any of you guys that are younger, you probably didn't see it, to be quite honest. Some of you may have not even been born yet when this happened, which is kind of crazy to think. It makes me feel very old. There's people possibly watching the channel that weren't even born when I first started playing Farming Sim. Yeah, that's kind of weird. But it's true. Or you just didn't know about it. You were in that age where you weren't doing gaming and stuff like that. But it was at the end where sort of whatever, throw simulator at the end of it, and it started to snowball massively. You had publishers like Astragon, and that's how they got their name, to be quite honest, to be kind of a weird one where they would literally do anything simulator. Street cleaner simulator, garbage truck simulator, tow truck simulator, and it was just these generic pieces of crap that they were throwing out the door with simulator at the end. If you saw it around your city, they would throw simulator at the end of it and do it, basically. I think I can't remember what the game was called. City something. I want to say City Economy or something like that, maybe. And it had all of them pretty much wrapped into one. I have it. I can't remember if I actually bought it or whether I got sent it. I think at that point I may have bought it for the multiplayer aspect. And me and Sim actually talked about doing a video on it because he got it like a little funny series. Who knows? It may still happen. I'd love to do something like that just to break the monotonous up. But it's weird. It's how that all goes and how that all went. You're not seeing it too much nowadays. It seems to have calmed down a lot more. But going full circle to where we started, or where I started the conversation, actually feels good to have a topic to talk about that's sprung into my head. The word simulator and gameplay reasons. First and foremost, they're building a game, not a simulator. And the simulator facts come into it loosely, yes, I think even they will say that. But first and foremost, gameplay. And you hear a lot of it, and people complain, oh, why don't they do this, why don't they do that? Gameplay. Gameplay balance. Oh, why does this cost so much? It's not realistic. Gameplay. And as I said, I was one of those people which said, it should be a simulator, it should be a simulator. And as I've got older and maturer, to be quite honest, I realise you build a simulator, yeah, sure. You want a simulator? How fun's it going to be then? Because a simulator, yes, if it's something that you're really hardcore into, it's fun. But is a million people, Joe whatever down the road, that doesn't know jack squat about farming, going to pick up the game and go, I'm going to try this? No. Is that rain coming down? I don't know what it was, but it looked like rain. They're probably not. And that's where Farming Simulator will trump cattle and crops. Because it is not a hardcore simulator, if you don't want it to be, sure there's going to be mods out there that can turn it into a hardcore simulator and slow it way down seasons. Cattle and crops, unless you're actually into agriculture, into farming, pretty hardcore. You're not going to get a random dude from down the road or a random girl from down the road that just picks the game up to try it on their system, whatever it is. If they do, because it's so complicated, unless there is a great resource and tutorials made by the developers of the game, you're not going to have the people play it. And that's the thing with simulators, hardcore simulators. You have to take time to learn it. Flight Simulator is the same thing. You've got to be into aviation to really understand what's going on. HAL, Train Sim World, for example. It's the reason you don't see me put it on the channel. I like the game. It runs like crap still. In the grand scheme of things, it really does. It could be the system, but it does run like crap. But it is a simulator. When it says there's a job that's going to take 75 minutes, that job will take 75 minutes or longer. Probably longer, unless you are literally on the ball and know exactly what you're doing, where you're doing it. It's an interesting one when you actually sit back and think about it all. Interesting to know your guys' opinions on a lot of that stuff. And that's why Farming Sim, aside from the modding community, has done so well, is because it can appeal to everybody. It appeals to the hardcore guys once mods start coming in, and I feel, unfortunately, with our YouTube channels, we are seeing a lot of the hardcore guys kicking up the fuss, not playing for the lack of mods. At the same time, you guys know what I've been saying recently with the stuff going on. The game isn't in the same place it was in 17. It's clear to see. Over 6 months down the line, yeah, it's definitely in an unsteady spot, I would say. I know we would never will, but I'd love to see the stats of the stuff going by on sort of behind the scenes. Where should I start the GPS? Probably over here. Because I honestly feel, and it seems like it from videos and what people have been saying more than anything, I feel there's not that many people playing the game right now compared to what there was. And it's only going to get worse. As far as the UK market and most of the world, as the summer starts going, the older guys in school and uni or college, whatever, they're going to start doing exams. It's going to get worse. It's going to take a lot for a lot of people to come back and round circle again. It seems to keep coming back to seasons, but I don't even think seasons can pull that off. I really don't, as much as I love seasons. I don't know. I don't know what to say on that one. I really don't. So, with that being said, as my train of thought has just gone completely out of the station, we'll have a look at the comments. And I'll just ignore today's video because it's doing very poor for views, and 2 comments. Wow. Okay, so Monday's video. Right, we'll come to the end of the row. There's a few of you that I know are saying TARDIS teleport is out and works fine on the map too, so I know TARDIS teleport has been converted. There is not an official release out, which is why I've not dabbled in it yet. Plain and simple on that one. I don't want it to possibly screw up my game saves, to be quite honest. Not that it should, but with scripts, you never know. Pure and simple, you never know. Right, that should be back on that course. And Great Beyond. Hope Landy does a live stream today. Well, I did. An interesting one here by Elliot. I don't understand Giant's point of view with wanting to remove the key from the map. Their objective is to keep all of the different mod hub maps, which they class as official releases for FS19, as clean as consistent as possible. However, I totally agree that there are many areas and practices that could be prioritized. Alternatively, that would lead to better outcomes in other areas. Yeah. And my biggest issue with the key, more than anything, is they let it slide for so long, why all of a sudden kick up a fuss about it now. Marwell Manor had it with no issues. I believe Nathan's Meadow Grove has it with no issues. Throughout 17 was no issues. Bear in mind, there is nothing in the terms of uploading stuff to the mod hub that would contradict not being able to put a map key into the map. I don't know. I definitely feel that they were nitpicking hardcore on Oakfield, which they did in 17. Again, let other crap through from other creators out there, which I'm never going to call them out. Most of you know who I'm on about. Yesterday's video, I said that straight off the hop. Jamie was asking about Simulate. Again, just to quickly go over that. Simulate's been busy with work, a lot of other stuff going on. He's fine. He's doing good. But he's been just taking a break from YouTube and farm sim in general. We all need to do it at some point, and he was doing it now. I replied to him, and then he asked do I think he's coming back. And to that, all I will say is it's a hobby for him. And he's got a normal job that he works, which is way more important than doing YouTube, so if he comes back, he comes back. If he doesn't, he doesn't, at the end of the day. No doubt, if he ever decided to shut up shop completely, he'd probably put out an announcement and say so. But that's where I will leave that there. But Sim's doing okay. I was talking to him last night on TeamSpeak for quite a while. And then you got someone, a Donker, or yeah, Donker, I think. I can't save my game when I play Oakfield, keeps freezing on that red circle thing. Mine saved fine. Yeah, that one I've never experienced any issues on Oakfield the whole time I've had it, and you guys know I've had it for a long time, which sucks. You guys should have had it very quick. That's why Oxy gave us the go-ahead to do content on it, but I've not had any issues with Oakfield at all as far as saving. I actually haven't had any issues with it corrupting or anything, and I'm using the exact same version you guys are right now. Okay, that was on Monday's video, so we'll go back. We'll have a look at today's video, but like I said, there's only 2 comments there. Paul, the milk truck has not had an update since it dropped on the mod hub. Sweet. And Jack saying first. That's the comments from today. I've got a feeling that video has not made it to people's subboxes properly, considering it's 284 views. And yesterday was Oakfield, but it's that was 608. Weird, unless the Marwell series is doing that crap. No. I don't know. I'll stick out of there, because the only decent map that I've really got interest in playing. And that's another thing that again, full circle onto another topic here. Well, it's not a full circle because it's a new topic. Where, as far as YouTubers go, will be an interesting one to see how long series will last. Oakfield will do good because I'm carrying on the series and people are probably interested how the hell I've got 100 episodes already, but it's carrying it on. But my big thing is, I noticed it in 17, and it was the first time it ever happened, and that was people wanted new maps every other week, it seemed. Exaggeration, but it was quite a significant thing. That didn't really happen, so people stopped watching videos because they got bored of it. Now it's going to happen in 19, but there's going to be less decent maps through in 19, unless you go to other websites. And then you're going to have the age-old thing of why is it not on console? It's a catch-22 as far as that goes. And yeah, it could be because your standard Let's Play of doing what I do is dead. Unless you probably edit the living crap out of it. Which I could. I don't have the patience for it. I don't have the wish to do it. I've done these videos for the same way I have done in years. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. As I've alluded to a lot recently, especially this year, and I'm right in saying this, especially within the next couple of months, hopefully, there's going to be a lot changing, to the point of I don't know how long I will be doing YouTube full-time for anymore. YouTube will definitely be getting put on the back burner and will become a hobby of mine again, which is going to be cool. More than likely I'll have money to be able to do stuff that I've always wanted to do on the channel, and that's more mechanical stuff. So it is slowly waning out, but my channel has slowly been waning out as well to, well, non-existent levels. The time has come, and I wouldn't say this will be the last ever year of me doing this, but it has the potential. To be quite honest, it really does. At least full-time farm some stuff. Haven't made an official announcement yet, but probably be coming up relatively soon. So what I'll do is I'll probably go until we hit halfway on this field. I honestly thought we would be getting a better yield out of it, actually. This thing does need fueling too, so I think once we're on the back run up, we'll grab the 6920 and run up here. 6920, 6930? One of the two. Run up here with fuel Bowser and get going on that. But as I was alluding to with the, well, as I was saying with the Let's Plays and stuff like that, definitely times have changed, for sure. YouTube's changed, and without complaining about that, and I'm not going to. YouTube's changed massively, where the way they do their subscriptions and the way they do the notifications. There was a channel that I watch, Steve Cox, he does a lot of stuff with Good of the Land. He did some stuff recently with a channel a few of you probably know, Matt Carricker, Demolition Ranch, Off the Ranch. He was doing stuff with his brother recently, and I was wondering, why haven't I had any of his videos pop up in my subscription box recently? Click on his channel, I've been unsubscribed. Wow, I was subscribed to his stuff and I was watching his content. I never unsubscribed. Thank you, YouTube. And they say this unsubscribe bug isn't a thing anymore. I've noticed that recently with a few channels that I've been watching, that I've been unsubscribed to. How many more that I was watching that I can't think of their names have I've been unsubscribed to. Could explain with what's going on with my subscribers of late too, where over the weekend they'll climb up and there'll be pretty healthy numbers by the beginning of the week, and then during the week all of a sudden 10, 20 will drop, and it just makes no sense to me. Absolutely none. I don't know what's going on. I've begun not to even look. Seems as soon as we get close to 50k it goes, and well, as I was just previously mentioning with the changes that's going to happen within the next couple of months for sure. Will I ever hit 50k? I don't know. I honestly don't think I will at this point. But the whole fact that YouTube doesn't push videos out to everyone, that I just don't understand that. Like, me as someone who creates content and watches a crap ton of content on YouTube, if I'm subscribed to a channel, I'm subscribed to a channel because I want to see their content. It should be up to me whether I click to watch that video or not. It shouldn't be up to YouTube's algorithm. I as a person should have the choice to not watch their content. But they don't do it like that. Maybe they'll show the content, maybe they won't show the content. If you don't watch their channel for a while, in the way their algorithms were working at least, they won't show you that content. It's just, I don't know. I don't get it. It's probably so they can push the big channels that inevitably shouldn't be on the platform, but which have broken several rules and are because they make YouTube millions. But let's be honest here. I was straight up saying it. It's the only reason Logan Paul's still on the channel, or still on the website. You show the type of video he did. If you were myself, for instance, if I did that, I would have been banned off the platform because I'm not making YouTube millions. He did it. He got a slap on the wrist. Got kicked out of their preferred program. Oh no, but you can still upload to the platform and still make your money. That was BS. And then everyone wonders why advertisers pull out. Pretty ridiculous. And you see so many of the bigger YouTubers, some of them at least, still affiliate with him and do content with him. It's like, after that, nah. I'm sorry, you don't do that. Why are you doing that? Well, so you can tap into his audience, get more views for your channel, and make yourself more money. God help those people that are that large if YouTube ever failed. If it wasn't for their merch stores that they've now managed to get, they'll be okay, but YouTube as a platform failed with the ads. They're screwed. They can go out into the working environment. I always said, never count on YouTube. Many years ago. Don't do it as a full-time job. I did. I have been. Still am. It's bit me in the arse, let me tell you. I always get the wrong damn side. think there's an update for this truck on the horizon too, actually, as that's unloading, because it does take a bit. We'll jump into this beauty. Go find our fuel bars. I need to set up a hotkey for the show lines. Haven't done that yet. I would use the gator to take it up the hill, but that thing just craps itself. I don't know what it is. But the hills on this map, they seem way more brutal than they ever used to be. Ah, that trailer I need to get rid of too, actually. I want to keep it, but as I was just saying, the hills on this map, I literally can't go up them with out sliding all over the place in that other truck. I forgot manual attach. I don't have manual attach on Marwal, and that's what screws me. Need to put it on there. Where I have the HUD hidden stuff on Marwal, I don't have it on here. So what I'll do is we'll get an interesting photo up here, and we'll call it quits. Had good topics for today's video. Actually felt good at recording this one. Even this thing's struggling. Jeez. That's what I mean, the hills on this map are brutal now. Yet they haven't changed. Oxy's not done anything. It's just the way the game's changed. Granted, I've got a mod in there that makes stuff realistic weight. Hate to think what it's going to be like with Seasons. Looking forward to Seasons, I really am. Well, the fuel, the ladder's here, so. And this is literally just a setup to grab a thumbnail. That doesn't look half bad. Yeah, that's the pause button. That's the camera button. So I will bid you guys farewell. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Let me know some of the stuff that we talked about today. Definitely some interesting topics, I think, that some of you will be able to chime in on. Get that interactivity going again, just like in the live streams. Until next time, hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later!